Hey, good morning. Ooh, that made me dizzy. Um, Hope you're all doing well today. I feel like I posted up. Fix my camera a little bit here, make it a little better. Because the cold and the camera don't like each other. I didn't think about that. Anyway, this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And it's 9:45 a.m. I'm a sleepyhead today. I feel like the dog's tail. I posted some things. Oh, the MVP, the little tail moving. You know, is that MVP? I don't know. Good question. Anyway, we talk about Agile and Scrum in a practical and tactical way. And my phone is beeping at me. Probably telling me that my little bell, Greg Mester's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show is on live now. You should watch it. And we'd like to talk about bringing value and sustaining it and not working crazy hours and having fun and being home with family and friends and doing stuff. And yeah, it's later today. A lot of things change the pace a little bit. Got some things done on my list and been up early this morning. I didn't sleep in though. I was reading Powerful Questions. I have a deck of Powerful Questions. I was kind of brushing up on them last night and watching some video. So as an Agile coach, I do record the coaching sessions, share them back with my coachees at times too, and just reflect on them. And it takes some time to be coach and look at what you said and get better at how you coach people. So I may have given an hour session and I had an hour watching the video or listening to what I was saying. Sometimes you just turn off the video and just listen to the words being shared. And so I was doing that yesterday. But anyway, what are we talking about today? So I'm going to talk about health, and I want to talk about technical debt. If you saw some of my posts yesterday, I did put up a little tiny mini 30-second video on technical debt, but I did that on TikTok, and it was kind of fun just doing it. But we'll talk about that in a second. First, I want to talk about health. Is something we talked about before. Physical health and then effect on you, right? And myself, and on my board up there to that little, how do I do this? Right there is a list of some health things that I'm trying to do for myself to get healthy. Go walk every day. So I've been doing that every morning, going for a walk after I drop the kids off, walking the dogs, walking the store. So I try to do that rather than drive and do some walks and get some pictures and do some social media as I do it. And I have a list of little activities I should do every day on my board. You saw my Kanban board. I have a little section at the bottom that's not Kanban, but it's like my daily tally. Did I do things I want to do every day and try to track those things that I want to do? And the reason why I brought it up was two things. I was talking to one person about their health going bad, and a couple of people I know where they let themselves go. I let myself go. It's good to get back in health in the mental part, which kind of lead into technical debt. You by not, and myself, Greg Mester, not keeping up healthy tends to lead to technical debt, which means I'm going to pay for it later on if I don't stay healthy and get it in shape or decent shape or survivable shape, I should say. Not that I'm going to run a marathon. It'd be fun, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think my knees would ever do that anymore. But to be healthy, right? I heard, and another thing that triggered on me the other day, I was in a conference call with somebody, and they mentioned how tired they were because their days have now become all-day events with all these work from home. To them, it seems like their days have gotten longer. And that goes to why we do this show about getting done in a reasonable manner and be able to go home and enjoy family and friends. Just because you work at home, you shouldn't be working longer hours. I mean, it's things you should be taking a walk. Like I try to do a walk 3 times a day. Walk in the morning, maybe at lunch, and then maybe in the afternoon at a normal time. And just walk around the neighborhood and just get some exercise just to get out. And I think it's really important because I've heard a lot of people, they're just tired from all day being online and working with people all day long. We didn't do that when we were in the office. So I don't know why we're doing it now. I kind of get it, but it depends if you're making up time because you did stuff before that maybe you didn't do during working hours. I get it. but you should definitely step away from the video stuff every once in a while. It's tough. But if you don't do it, you're going to create your own personal technical debt in your body and your health and your mental health. There was something about the body being healthy so the mind can work. And it's really important. And I think we're all losing sight of that part of life. I know the kids like going out and doing stuff, but they're stuck in these little cubes. Poor kids. Anyway, so that's the healthy part. So get out, take a break, walk around. I don't know if you want to do a checkoff sheet like I have every day. It just reminds me, and I kind of put how many times I walk. And now my wife, she gave me that little thing that tracked my footsteps. I'm already at 4,000. So did a couple this morning. Do another 4. I want to average around 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day for right now until I get better and keep moving. So that's that. But that leads to technical debt. Technical debt. So I posted up a video the other day of a undercut on a street. It's a perfect example of technical debt where the pavement looks great and there's cars parked on it. Oh, the customer's happy, got a parking spot on the street. If you've been in the city, having a parking spot's a tough thing to have. And but underneath of it, there's a 6-foot freaking hole that's slowly but surely digging itself out because the hole didn't magically appear overnight. Trust me. So there's probably a water sewer line leakage somewhere down there. And the fact that there is a gap, now the water from the street will wash in and make it bigger and bigger and bigger until someday all those cars will fall into a hole. And then they have to take the whole street out, do all this work, close the street down, and they're going to lose a gazillion parking spots. So what they think they got now, they're going to pay for it later. And that's what technical debt does. Technical debt is something people say, well, I don't need to make it better. I don't need to do automation. My favorite technical debt is test automation, where all these companies will farm out a lot of the testing, manual testing, overseas or other places where the labor is cheaper. They're thinking they're saving themselves money. However, think about this. So we are building an environment where we produce twice as much work in half the time, right? Twice as much product. If you're still doing regression testing and you haven't automated that, you have to regression test your previous work plus the new work. So in essence, your regression testing just goes crazy, right? Because you want to make sure the old capability is still working, plus you want to check the new capability, plus every time you put new stuff out there, you're checking that work. So these companies, they don't have automated testing. They haven't automated as they go through the sprint. That is technical debt. And their solution will just hire more people. Well, sooner or later, the profitability of your product goes down like squat, and you actually start losing money to stay in business because you didn't take the time while you're working to build that technical capability into your system, or you want to do automation or things you do manually do that really shouldn't be doing anymore. And that's technical debt, right? Writing your code in a certain way, maybe an old language that's not supported anymore, that hasn't been supported in 10 years. Those are the kind of things that are technical debt. Staying up and making sure you don't have, like in Jira, for example. I'm going to just use Jira as an example. Or I can use Chrome. So Chrome has, maybe we should do a whole show on that. So they publish not only the current version of Chrome, or the browser used now, but they give the next couple versions out there so you can try them out. And they have previous versions. I don't know how many versions of the past they have, but they have them published. So you can pull that software down and check your current code and see if it works on older versions of Chrome as well as newer versions of Chrome. So you got a whole gambit of versions of software. If you had to manually test every version of that software, you're never going to get something off the ground. It's a fact, right? But if you write your automated test in a certain way to test it to see how it's working or running, you can run that same test on multiple versions of Chrome and it should pass. If it doesn't pass, then you have something you need to look at. See, that's how you minimize that technical debt. So I just want to share about that with you. So there's healthy, your own personal technical debt, right? And then there's work technical debt, whether it be in the streets and in a hole growing that's going to swallow everybody up, or in your code base where it becomes unsupportable and expensive? And how do you keep up with the times and still maintain your previous customer base who is paying you money? The future customer base is future potential revenue. But as we did our Moscow, I also talk about saving current money and making sure the cash keeps flowing to what you currently have. So you got to do both, right? Anyway, that's what we have for today. Sorry I'm late. There is going, hopefully, knock on wood, Starship's going to launch today. So a little bit watching that a little this morning because that was kind of why I was kind of late. I was seeing what's going on, see where they look. And we'll talk about that more. Every time I watch it, there's stuff out there that is amazing. It's interesting solution to have out there. So, hey, give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Talked about health, technical debt, and technical debt in the business and software and in the streets. Ring the little bell. We'll get notified when we go live. And I wish you all the best, healthy living, happy scrumming, and may we all get a little more healthier, including myself, and make it through the days. All right. Don't work so damn late. Take a break and walk around. Maybe that'll help rejuvenate for those long days just doing that. And take care. Bye. See ya.